brought to you in part by Gerald Stavely Dry Cleaning.
From MacArthur High School, it's the game of the week on ICTN. Tonight, intra-city ball game, North versus South, Cardinals, Vikings. Hi, everyone. I'm Lance Brown. Bob Berry along in just a moment. And we are so glad you're along. It's a beautiful night for softball or anything else. And this will kind of tell you how important this ball game is for the MacArthur Cardinals. A record of 4-6 in district play right now. If they have any hopes of making the playoffs this year, they must win this game tonight. Nimitz with no shot at making the playoffs this year. Vikings, the visiting team, and this is the lineup they'll send against the Cardinals tonight. They'll lead off with Sydney Peters, the pitcher. Valerie Shasted will hit second. Allie Jones, one of the best hitters in the Metroplex, will bat third. Julia Rogers is a singer. Julia Rogers is a catcher. Zoe Hernandez will hit fifth and play third base. Lindsay Smart, the first baseman, hitting sixth. Alondra Rodriguez hitting number 7 slot. Jocelyn Robinson will hit number 8. And Natalie Gomez will bat ninth. The pitcher for tonight's ball game will be Natalie Carr. We're just about set to go. Getting into the batter's box in a moment will be Sydney Peters. And here with a play-by-play, Bob Berry.
Okay, thank you very much, Lance. The starting pitcher, Danielle Carr. Right-handed pitcher, the batter, Sydney. Starting off on the very first pitch, pops it up to the shortstop.
Didn't even let you get Peters out.
No, really, nope. Sydney Peters going after that first pitch, pops out to the infielder. Quickly, one pitch, one out. I noticed that some of the gals from MacArthur, rather than having the black marking underneath their eyes to cut down the glare from the sunlight, looks like they've got glitter.
Yeah.
Some sort of silver.
I don't know if that helps or not, but they're wearing it.
Looks stylish. Here is the second batter in the game. Valerie Shasty takes that first pitch outside for a ball. 1-0 the count. There you see it. Rolls that next pitch up for a ball. 2-0 the count. This game being taped on the night of April the 8th. It's Tuesday. Very strong wind coming in from the north. 2-0 pitch way up high. 3-0 the count. And the temperature about 70 degrees. Really a very nice day. Would have been a lovely day had it not been for the wind.
Yeah, that's a strong wind. It's blowing directly into left field to the batter.
Pitch in for a strike, and it's 3-1.
Take a big hit to get one out of left field tonight.
Oh, definitely, yeah. So Shastid up on the count. Hits a one-hopper to the shortstop, bobbles it, comes up the strong throw, not in time. And Shastid is on.
An error on the shortstop, Woolover. Just couldn't pull it out of the ground quick enough. Bobbled it, and that cost her. Shastid reached first base, and now Allie Jones, as we mentioned, one of the top hitters in the Metroplex. She's in the top 5 in hitting, in fact.
Batting over 500, if I remember correctly.
You remember very correctly.
Right-handed batter. That first pitch way outside for a ball. 1-0 the count. Again, we will remind you, as far as stealing bases is concerned in softball, the runners cannot leave the base until the ball leaves the pitcher's hand. So there's no taking a lead as there would be in baseball. Here's a pitch down low for a ball, and down easily goes the runner down into second base. Shastid down there at second. I don't believe she was off with the pitch, so we got to go.
Well, they can't go off with the pitch, but she was moving before when the ball left her hand, so I'm going to give her a stolen base on it.
Okay. So Shastid gets on base with an error. Now advances to second on the stolen base. And Allie Jones, the batter, has a 2-0 count. This is what they like to call a hitter's count. The pitch off the outside corner, ball 3.
Well, at 3-0, you know she's got the hit sign. She's hitting .549 this year, 10 doubles among those, 12 RBIs. She's too good a hitter. You let her swing on 3-0 if it's a strike.
That pitch inside for a ball. So we have runners at first and second, and Julia Rogers, the catcher, will be coming up.
Now hitting number 9, Julia Rogers.
Julia, a right-handed batter, taking some practice swings there as she steps into the box. And she's ready. And the first pitch over the plate for a strike, 0-1 the count. Home plate umpire very deliberate in putting up that right hand when he calls strikes. 1-1 now the count as that pitch stayed outside. A ball and a strike, 1 out. Top of the first inning. Bob Berry along with Lance Brown here on ICTN. The MacArthur Cardinals at home against the Nimitz Vikings. And the pitch, attempting a butt and a good one. The pitcher up and throws to first in time for the out. The cleanup hitter bunting, and I think surprising a lot of people, but she advances to base runners. You kind of surprised by that play, Lance?
Yeah, really. Giving up an out like that
with your cleanup hitter.
With your cleanup hitter, and there's only there's 1 out already. So
Zoe Hernandez takes that first pitch down low for a ball. Obviously, the batter in this case, Rogers, was not bunting for a base hit. She was strictly trying to move the runners over. She does not have much foot speed. Fly ball over the left fielder's head and off her glove. This will score 2 runs. Hernandez in the second base. And how are you going to score that one?
Hey, that's an E7 there. She should have had that.
Okay.
No RBIs, but the important thing is
2-run score.
2-run score. I guess the coach knew she was going to hit a ball that wasn't going to be caught.
Exactly.
And Bonnie Preem out there in left field just didn't handle it.
Lindsay Smart, the first baseman, coming up right now. Little looper over the second baseman's glove. The right fielder will toss it in. And here's the runner going back to third and just does get back in there. Whoa.
Carr, the pitcher, cut the ball off, and they might have had a play at third, but she decided not to. It's a base hit for Smart, so it's first and third.
Now hitting Alejandra Rodriguez.
Watch the replay here, just over the outreaches of the second baseman. And the right fielder tossed it in. Pitcher cutting it off. So now we're back live, and that first pitch is outside for a ball to Alejandra Rodriguez. Runners at first and third. The Vikings have picked up 2 runs here in the top of the first inning, and they're looking for more. A little tap by the pitcher. Shortstop over the throws to first in time for the out, and the side is retired. But 2 fielding miscues by the home team, the Cardinals, have really hurt them, enabling Nimitz to score twice in the top of the first inning. We go to the bottom of the first. The Vikings out in front, 2-0.
And let's go look at the batting order the Cardinals are going to throw up tonight. As you see Coach Scott McTee talking to his girls, not particularly, I'm sure, happy with their performance there in the first inning of action. The Cardinals will throw up Maya Watkins, the leadoff, and Casey Watkins will be batting second. Lakin Woolover, this remarkable hitter, is hitting third. Then comes Tori Morris. Ashley Tegler will be batting fifth. Jocelyn Martin will be batting in the number 6 hole. Inez Hinojosa will be batting number 7. Daniel Carr will be hitting 8th. And Kiana Brooks will be batting 9th. Bonnie Preem is a left fielder. She's being designated hitful. The flex player, so to speak.
We made mention of the fact that the Cardinals come into this game with a district record of 4-6. So, as Lance said, if they want to get into the playoffs, they just have to keep on winning. This is not true of the Nimitz Vikings. They are going absolutely nowhere. Their record 2-8, so obviously they will not make the playoffs, but they would like to make the Cardinals' life miserable by beating them tonight. Mia Watkins leads things off with the Cardinals here in the bottom of the first inning, and she takes that first pitch in for a strike, 0-1.
Talk about being miserable right now. The right fielder, first baseman, and second baseman are miserable because that sun's right in their eyes. Not easy.
No, it is not. And the pitch. inside corner. 0-2 the count. Well, you talk about hitting the corners, first on the outside corner and coming back and hitting the inside corner. So Sydney Peters pretty sharp on those first two. This one popped up, the first sacker coming over, but cannot make the play.
Peters wearing one of those face masks. So the parents don't have to worry about nose or mouth surgery.
0-2 the count on Mia Watkins. That pitch a little bit off the corner, 1-2.
But that was a good pitch, though. Wasn't that far off, and hoping that Watkins might go after a bad pitch.
Home plate umpire wearing sunglasses. Stylish devil.
Yeah, they'll get rid of those in about 10 minutes.
The 1-2 pitch on the way. This is popped up. The right fielder coming in and makes the grab, and there's one out. So Watkins lifts one out to right field, and she is retired.
Now batting number 5.
And up comes Casey Watkins, the third baseman. The
Casey-
Watkins girls.
Yeah, Casey hitting .409 so far this year. Stands way up in that batter's box.
Goes after that first pitch and fouls it back. That's obviously when the batters have different styles of addressing the ball, different batting stances. Also the way that they stand. A lot of batters would like to stand back as far as possible to get that extra fraction of a second looking at the ball. Other batters like to get up right in as close as they can to the pitcher. That pitch outside for a ball.
And maybe catch something before the ball breaks.
Exactly, yeah.
She has that wide open stance there and kind of falls into the ball. Her front foot will go towards the plate as she hits.
The 1-1 pitch up high, 2-1. Always think it's kind of interesting when you watch switch hitters in the major leagues. They don't necessarily address the ball the same way, batting left-handed or right-handed. And the 2-1 pitch. This is a drive out in the left center field. The center fielder going, a collision there, but the center fielder holds on and they're two away.
Boy, Natalie Gomez in left field coming way over there to run into what was obviously
Now batting number 4,
Rodriguez's
Lakin
ball.
Wilder.
Could have been a disaster. Got to call those out there. Watch it one more time here. I mean, this is so obvious the center fielder's ball here, but Gomez is not really paying attention.
Well, she had constantly looking at the ball and not on her fellow outfielder. Here's Lakin Willover. The last time we saw this young lady, she had a heck of a game, if memory serves me correctly. Takes a pitch for a strike.
Well, look at that average, 625.
Leading the Metroplex for 5A. Had 2 doubles, a single, and a home run the last time we saw these gals play.
Yeah, and also a walk. And
goes after that one. That's fouled and out of play.
that she came into pitch, too, in the ball game and
And
did a
pitched
great
well.
job of, Flashback to 2 weeks ago here at ICTN. Lakin gets a pitch. They were trailing by a run, but no more. Lakin hits a home run to tie the ball game up. Here's the next pitch.
And the pitch. High and outside. Then she drilled that double to right field. Her two mates come in and win the ball game. She got an honorable mention as Player of the Week in the Dallas Morning News because of those exploits. Swings and hits a high pop fly down the right field line. The second baseman cannot hold on.
He was in. Was it fair or foul?
Foul
It was
ball,
foul.
foul ball, yeah.
It's another error. We'll watch it one more time here. Should have been caught. But Valerie Shastad couldn't hang on to it.
1-2 the count. Lakin Willover.
Gives Lakin another chance to hit. That's not good.
That pitch inside for a ball, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And the Nimitz Vikings have a 2-run lead, 2-0 here in the bottom of the first inning.
This is really the only way I'd pitch to her, Bob, with 2 out and nobody on.
Got her on strikes.
Well, she is human after all.
Oh, yeah. I mean, she's batting .625, so.
That means they get her out 4 out of 10 times.
Yeah. Scoreless are the Cardinals in the bottom of the first inning. And we'll move to the top of the second. Nimitz out in front by a count of 2-0.
And let's set the defense for you for the Lady Cardinals as they get ready to come out there for the top of the second inning. As we've already mentioned, Danielle Carr is the pitcher. Ashley Tegler is your catcher. The first baseman is Tori Morris. The second baseman, Maya Watkins. The shortstop is Lakin Woolover. And the third baseman, Casey Watkins. In left field, Bonnie Preen. In center field, it's Kiana Brooks. And in right field, it's Jocelyn Martin. There's the girls as they're out there. As you kind of see the sun now dipping beyond the infield in most places. A little opening slot there in between first and second. But the Cardinals, those are Cardinal wings on their face. The girls are more colorful in their
I guess so.
There's displays than the guys are usually in terms of the makeup they wear and some of the things they do. The little cheering on the bench that goes on.
Well, the times change. I mean, back when you were in high school, if someone told you, Lance, when you get older, the style in this country will be men will wear earrings and ladies will have tattoos. And you probably figure, never happened. But it has, hasn't it?
It has that.
Yeah. Jacqueline Robinson, the batter, takes that first pitch up high for ball. 1-0. Carr's next pitch misses. 2-0 the count.
Nimitz has struggled a lot the last few years after being one of the most dominant schools in softball in North Texas for many years.
Yeah, that pitch up high, 3-0. That's in for a strike, 3-1. Outfield playing this batter straight away. Right fielder shading her eyes with her glove. That pitch outside for a ball. And down to first base goes Miss Robinson.
Now bat number 2, Natalie Gamis.
Natalie Gamis bats ninth, and she's coming up right now.
Natalie hitting .340 this year. She has 3 home runs, believe it or not.
Goes after that first pitch and fouls it off.
Now, how many went over the fence and how many are inside the park jobs, I'm not sure. But she tops the team in taters, though, with 3.
Shows bunt and does nicely lay down. The throw to first. Not in time. That's a base hit for Gamis. Couldn't have done a better job with that bunt.
No, she just deadened it. And Ashley Tegler, the catcher, just didn't get out of the catcher's box very fast.
Look at this spin on that ball. Tegler coming up and making the throw, but not in time, as you see on the replay. So we go to the top of the batting order, and Sydney Peters comes up. Goes after that first pitch and hits a 5-fly ball out to right field. The right fielder makes the grab, and there's 1 out.
Boy, that was a good play that time by the right fielder. That's a tough play in this particular sun right now for her. And
Jocelyn Martin.
Jocelyn Martin did a good job out there.
Valerie Chastide coming up. She scored the game's first run, got on with a infield error by the shortstop and stole second base, and then came around on a 2-base error. Zoe Hernandez hitting a fly ball to left field that was not caught.
So all the runs in the first inning were unearned.
Oh, most definitely, yeah. There's a tap right back to the pitcher, throws the first, and we have the second out of the inning, and the runners advance 60 feet.
Yeah, they had a play at third if they wanted it, a force play.
Now
They
batting
went
number
for
11,
the one out there.
Jones.
I think Coach McTee wanted a double play on that.
So here is Allie Jones, one of the leading hitters in the Metroplex, walked her first time up and takes that pitch outside for ball one.
I'm not so sure I give her anything real good to hit here either. Their best hitter with runners on and 2 outs in scoring position.
Ground ball to the second baseman, right through her legs.
Ay, caramba.
In comes one run. Here is the second run, and the ball thrown by the right fielder gets by the pitcher.
2 errors on that play.
And down to second base goes Jones. Boy, you talk about these errors.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Yeah, that's 3 errors in the ball game. No, that's 4 errors.
4
excuse
errors,
me.
yep.
Yeah, there's
Yep.
2 right there.
Uh-huh.
Right through the wicket, and then the throw is kind of didn't hit the cutoff person. Now Coach McTee out talking to his girls saying, "Ladies, we must get this together out here with our gloves, or we can kiss any chances at the playoffs goodbye." MacArthur trailing 4-0, although a couple weeks ago when we had them, they trailed, 9-2 in that ball game. So we know they know how to come back from adversity. Well, I'm surprised the umpire's letting him talk so
Yeah,
long out
really,
there,
huh?
man.
Yeah.
Here he goes now.
Well, the Nimitz Vikings have just 2 base hits. They have 4 runs thanks to 4 errors by the Cardinals.
Now batting number 9, Julia Rogers.
You hear that old expression in this game, a walk's just as good as a hit. Sometimes an error is just as good as a hit.
Yeah.
Certainly has been tonight. So here's Julia Rogers coming up. She has a teammate down at second base with 2 outs. 2 runs in, 2 outs, and the Vikings cruising right now 4-0. Rogers has sacrificed her first time up last inning. The pitch to Julia's outside for a ball. Now Julia is ready and hits a ground ball to the third cycle. Throws to first in time. Side retired. That ball took a little kind of a tricky hop, but the third baseman stayed with it and made the play. And the home plate umpire signaled that the ball was in fair territory when it was grabbed by the third sacker.
Casey Watkins, a good job down there at third base. She made a good, strong throw, and Coach McTee trying to fire up his girls here. All right, hey, look, it's bias. Now let's go out and get runs. At least that's what we like to say.
Exactly.
Let's set the Nimitz Vikings for you defensively. As we mentioned, Sydney Peters is your pitcher. Julia Rogers is the catcher. Oh, she's not there right now. Deanna Williams, the coach, is down there, and she's very used to being behind the plate. She was a former Nimitz great and also an outstanding player at the University of Texas as well. Your first baseman, Lindsay Smart. The second baseman, Valerie Shasted. Allie Jones at short. And the third base, it's Zoe Hernandez. In left field is Natalie Gomez. Your center fielder is Alondra Rodriguez. And in right field is Jacqueline Robinson.
Talking about the coach for the Nimitz Vikings, I remember when she did play and was an excellent player. I remember her as a left-handed hitter.
She was.
But I thought she was also a left-handed thrower. Was she not? I mean,
She was, yeah.
Okay. Well, the reason why I bring that up is because as she was taking the warm-ups here, she was throwing the ball back with the right hand.
Huh. Well, maybe I don't remember as well. I don't.
I'm pretty sure she was a left-handed.
Leading off from MacArthur, number 9.
Okay, well, that was her sister.
Okay.
It wasn't Deanna.
Okay.
All right, that's why. Okay.
Okay. Here's Tori Morris. Torrey, the first sacker, leading things off for the Cardinals. Goes after that first pitch, hits a high pop foul down the left field line. No one's going to grab it. It's a foul ball.
So Torrey gets a second chance here. Torrey for the season, a junior, hitting .412, so that's pretty darn good.
Darn right.
Slightly closed stance.
And see why this young lady bats cleanup. Here's a hopper to the second baseman right through her legs. Boy, talk about a bad hop. However, ball should have been handled.
Well, the glove wasn't down. That
Yeah.
was the problem. So that's an E Quattro there.
Now hitting number 13, Ashley Tegler.
Watch it one more time here. This chop and the glove got down too late. And
The ball just died on her.
Yeah, Shasta didn't get the glove down that time.
Here's Ashley Tegler. She is the catcher. And she fouls off that first pitch, strike one.
And a little inside-out swing that time.
Oh, and 1 the count on Tegler. That pitch outside for a ball. Nice attempt by the catcher trying to frame that pitch.
Yeah, Julia held it out there saying, you sure you don't want to change your mind on that, do you? Rarely works, but.
No harm trying. 1-1 the count. It's a tapper to the second baseman. Underhands it over to the first sacker. And quietly goes Tegler. Her teammate Morris advances to second base.
No chance for the force, of course. The ball hit very softly. And so Shasta made the right move. And now that'll bring up Jocelyn Martin.
I remember this girl from the last time we saw her. She has a tendency to run up on every pitch.
Yep.
Unless it's right at her head. Now let's see if she continues that right now. No, didn't run up on that one at all. Takes the pitch for a ball. Well, that was then and this is now.
You can see that batting average for her, 357. Ain't bad at all.
She's left-handed all the way. Throws and bats from the port side. Swings and misses for a strike. 1-1.
And that wasn't a slap there. That was a full swing.
Yeah, certainly. Now here's Peters' delivery on the outside corner for a strike. 1-2 the count.
Bob saying the port side, that being the nautical term there. Port left, starboard right.
That pitch outside for ball. That's how a word was created in the English language. Posh. You ever hear that one? Poured out?
Oh, well, I thought it was a singer in England.
Maybe now, but has to do with the British and their ships that went to India. Here's a little ground ball back to the pitcher. Throws to first, and they're 2 down. The idea was you wanted a berth on the port side going out to get the good breeze, and on the starboard side coming back home. Poured out, starboard home. So a ground ball to the pitcher, and they're 2 down, and Morris advances to third base.
Bring up the DH, Inez Hinojosa.
Remember the last time we, well, this is Brianna Miller. Yeah, Brianna Miller.
How did I copy down the wrong name?
1-0 the count to Miller. She of the long ponytail. Slices one right to the first baseman, who'll make the play unassisted, and the side is retired. So quietly go the Cardinals in the bottom of the second inning. And after 2 full innings of play, the Vikings out in front by a count of 4-0. things off here in the top of the third inning. She hit a fly ball to the left fielder that was bobbled, and two of her teammates scored as a result of that miscue. That first pitch to Ms. Hernandez is down low and away for a ball.
Almost the entire field now is out of the sun, in the shade. The lights are on. They probably take effect in the next 15 minutes.
There's a hot shot snared by the third baseman. Nice play.
Hernandez has hit the ball well tonight twice, and officially she's 0 for 2.
At bat number 17.
This will bring up Lindsey Smart, who looped a single to right field in the first inning.
Lindsay hitting .233 for the season.
Pitch inside for a ball. We were talking ever briefly about nautical terms a little bit earlier. I think one of the favorite stories I ever heard just shows how sometimes people don't get the picture. His pitch swung and a foul back. When Alexander Graham Bell invented the telephone, marvelous invention certainly. When he invented it, his idea to answer the phone was not hello. It was ahoy.
Wow.
And his compatriot, a man by the name of Watson, said, nope. Everyone says hello in this country. Bell was from Scotland originally. You've got to say hello. And so it was hello. But if had Bell had his way, we'd all be saying, ahoy. Can you believe that? Sounds strange, doesn't it? 2-1 the count. And that's ball 3. 3-1.
Well, I guess we're lucky Andrew Dice Clay didn't invent the telephone.
3-1 with 1 out. And that's ball 4. So Lindsay will be on base for the second time as a result of a single in the first inning on the base on ball 0. She's down to first, and Alondra Rodriguez will be the batter.
Number 13, Alondra Rodriguez.
Alondra grounded it short her first time up.
Here is a bunt by the third baseman for a base hit. Nicely done.
Well, it just got by Casey Watkins, and once that happened, it was...
Yeah, no one can make the play.
Yeah. So it's an infield hit. It gets good. No chance that time for Watkins to hit all the way.
Number 10, Jacqueline Robinson.
Jacqueline Robinson, the batter, with runners at first and second. Only 1 away. Carr's delivery is outside for a ball.
I was wondering we might see Deanna Williams bunting here. But she got the number 9 hitter coming up after this, so it's a different situation than when she had Julia Roberts bunting in the first inning with runners on at first and second.
Julia Rogers.
Why do you put on Roberts?
And that pitch down low for a ball again, so it's 3-0. Why bunt when maybe the pitcher will be wild enough and walk the bases loaded?
And walked her the first time. And it's down the middle.
3-1 the count. A lot of these Nimitz girls have the ponytails. That pitch in again, strike 2. So Robinson just 1 pitch away from getting her second consecutive walk. And the pitch. Base hit down the right field line.
Oh, no. How did she not score?
She didn't score because the third base coach held her up. The right fielder does not have a very strong arm.
Well, Smart's not exactly fleet of foot. I realize that, but my goodness.
That's probably why I held her up.
Yeah.
So the bases are loaded for Natalie Gamis, who swings at that first one, grounds it foul up the third baseline. Remember, this is the young lady who leads the team in home runs with 3. Boy, you know, she'd love to get one here.
The wind has, by the way, died down a little bit from what it was earlier.
Yeah.
I mean, it was really galing at about 25 miles, 30 miles an hour, but now it's down just a slight breeze.
There's a ground ball to the second baseman. Goes home for the force. Nicely done.
Yeah, good play down there at second base that time by Watkins, Maya.
So the bases remain loaded, but now there are 2 outs. And to the top of the order we go with Sidney Peters. See the ball.
The smart play was made, and a good play was made by all around.
Line shot, left field, base hit. In comes 1 run, and the bases will remain loaded. So Peters, jumping on that first pitch, drills it to left, driving in the run. And it's now 5-0.
Watching one more time here, pitch right down the middle and really cranked the left.
Valerie Shasted comes up now with the bases loaded.
Good strong throw there, 2 by Preem.
Fly ball to the right fielder who makes the grab, and the side is retired. So Nimitz wasn't wasting much time. They did a lot of first ball swinging. They were able to pick up 1 run. They left 3 men on base. And after 2.5 innings of play, it's the Vikings 5 and the Cardinals nothing.
Now let's tell you about some of the things coming up on ICTN, I think. We can ask Mr. Snyder, our producer and director, to throw that in. They get busy with the Chiron down there. And next week, the rematch from the Lady Tigers and the Cardinals. That could be a playoff spot on the line, actually, for both these teams. And boy, Bob, you and I have done, well over 1,000 events. I mean,
bunch of games.
Yeah. You even much longer, obviously. And there's not a lot of games, we really remember that really stand out. But that game is going to stand out in my mind for a number of reasons. I mean, it was just one of the wildest games we've ever had here on ICTN. And a little bit later, we'll show you the triple play, which is just one of the wildest things that I've ever seen. It was a totally bizarre ball game. And 29 runs scored and went extra innings. And, the Tigers had a 9-2 lead in that. And, wow, bizarre game, but MacArthur won it.
That they did. Allie Jones leading things off here in the top. I beg your pardon. No. Daniel Carr is the batter. I stand corrected. Daniel's pitch is inside for a ball. Not Daniel's pitch. Daniel is the batter. Peters' pitch to Carr. Pitcher against pitcher right now. Pitch inside again. You're talking about sporting events to remember. Do you remember the time we did a water polo game?
No, that was before I got here, Bob.
Before? Okay. Yeah. I think that was the only one we did, but it was different to say.
And you are Mr. Water Polo, aren't you?
Yes.
I'm sure you did a splendid job on that broadcast.
Well, I must admit that I went to the library to try and find out rules and regulations, just like I did when I thought we were going to do a lacrosse game. But I've seen lacrosse in the past, but I kind of wanted to brush up on everything, and then as it was, we didn't do it. Here's a hot shot to the third baseman. Nice play. Boy, that ball did not eat her up the way it might have. She really played it well, and that a strong throw.
Yeah, very good job down there at third base this time as Zoe Hernandez released the strong throw, and there's one out. One out.
Remember, we did a game with Zoe
look at her.
third baseman.
She's having a good time, as well she should. This is what it's all about.
Exactly.
5-0 your score, Vikings.
Keona Brooks shows bunt and does, and it stays
perfect.
fair. So she's got herself a bunt base hit.
Boy, Brooks with just a great bunt, and it just stops dead. And there was absolutely zero chance of getting her.
That's the first hit for the Cardinals. And a good one. Yeah. Maya Watkins, who's the leadoff hitter for this team, will come up next. Now you're leading by 5-0. You've got one out, bottom of the third inning. And the catcher comes out to talk to the pitcher.
Maybe he's just wanting to know go over signs, though,
Uh-huh.
as to, you know, what they wanted to do here. Set up outside.
Peters pitch. Runner trying to steal it. Great throw. And she's out.
Boy, that wasn't close.
Well, Brooks, with her team losing 5-0, tries to steal a base.
That,
What?
Yeah, well, I'm not going to try to explain it.
Great throw, by the way, by the catcher.
Oh, outstanding throw. And
throws right on the money.
she obviously runs well, but, man, that.
Yeah.
And she was out from here to Addison. That,
Pitch up high for a ball. Allie Jones applying the tag.
Score's tied, or you're down by a run. Maybe, okay, fine, but down by 5, you need runners.
Pitch outside for a ball. Watkins 0 for 1. She led off for her team at the bottom of the first, hitting a soft fly ball to the right fielder.
So far, Peters pitching a good ball game. No walks today.
That's up high, 3-1.
On the verge here, though.
The 3-1 pitch on the way. Inside, ball 4.
Good youngster.
Mentioning the Lady Vikings with the
Batting number 5, Casey
ponytails. All the members of the infield have ponytails, including the pitcher and the catcher. Here's Casey Watkins. She too has the ponytail. I pitch in for a strike. The artificial lighting really taking effect now in tonight's game. Way outside for a ball, 1-1. One ball, one strike, and 2 outs. Runner down at first base. That one bends her back for a ball.
Casey flied out her first time.
Sidney Peters trying to record the 3rd out of this inning, but not on that pitch as it stays up high. Here you got a count of 3-1. If Casey gets on, then Lakin Woolover will come up next, the leading hitter in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. High pop fly. Hernandez says she'll take it and does. And the side is retired.
And that's what you like to see if you're the Vikings, because you want Woolover hitting with no one on base.
Exactly, yeah.
So we are after 3 innings of play, and it is a 5-0 lead. Maybe now is a good time to talk about the good folk who bring us the ball game of the week on ICTN, Bob. I think it's always a good time.
Exactly, I was just about to say that.
Yeah,
Right.
and they, of course, being our solo sponsor, charter sponsor of the game of the week, Gerald Stavely, Dry Cleaning. Designation means they've been with us way back since we started doing these broadcasts. I think it was 1971 when Vita Blue was a rookie, wasn't it? Something like that. But something like it. Gerald Stavely, though, has been with us since we started doing these broadcasts, and we do thank these folks for bringing us the game of the week each week right here on ICTN.
Yesterday, the Los Angeles Dodgers paid tribute to a doctor who really helped a lot of Major League Baseball players,
Frank
Dr. Job. Yeah. He passed away at the age of 88. and he initiated that amazing surgery, the Tommy John surgery. Boy, so many guys have had their careers extended because of his brilliance. Anyway, I thought one of the nice things they did, they gave away free cups of ice cream because that was his favorite treat. And so they said, in honor of him, the ice cream's on us. Lakin Woolover will lead things off for the Cardinals when they come up at the bottom of the 4th inning. But right now, Allie Jones is batting.
Allie has walked and reached on air. 0 for 1 tonight. She scored a run.
Takes that pitch down low for a ball. I think Allie probably has the bushiest ponytail there. That almost looks like a beaver tail. It's so thick.
That's Bob Berry. We just told you that one. Send your letters to him.
Here's a ground ball by the second baseman out in the center field.
It's a base hit.
Jones on with the single. So Allie, who came into this game batting .571, actually sees her average go down a little bit. She's 1 for 2. Boy, that's tough when you're 1 for 2 and your average drops.
Boy, tough play, huh? There you go.
Here's Julia Rogers.
Nice try by Watkins. Just couldn't come up with it.
She gave it the old high school try. First pitch to Rogers is outside for a ball. That pitch down low, ball 2, 2-0. Danielle Carr has pitched a much better game than the score would indicate.
Well, she stands right up on that plate, doesn't she?
This is a long drive to right center field, way back.
It's out of here.
So Rogers showing us why she bats cleanup. Puts one over the right center field fence. And it's a 7-0 ball game.
Boy, she really stepped into this one and really cranked it. Watch it one more time here. It's out over the end of the plate, and she stands right up on that plate and got the fat part of the bat on the ball, and there is where it winds up.
And also winding up going to the dugout is going to be Danielle Carr. Carr will be replaced.
This is kind of like deja vu, isn't it? From a couple weeks ago. Starting pitcher gets knocked out, and then they put in Lakin Woolover.
Yeah, Irving had a 9-1 lead going in the bottom of the 3rd inning.
And they're going to bring in Woolover again. I guess hoping for the same results here. Well, we saw what she did a couple weeks ago. She threw about 5 scoreless innings in a row and did a terrific job in keeping the Cardinals in the ball game when they were just getting slaughtered at the time. But she did a good job. And by the way, it was so good. Bob, you want to go on YouTube? Get it. As a matter of fact, I can put YouTube right up on now my little iPhone here, and we can watch this.
Watch it together.
Yeah. We got
technology.
We got another 3 hours to do this, don't we? Okay. By the way, you can watch all of our events on the YouTube, youtube.com, City of Irving. And all the football, all the basketball games. We had some really good ones. Yeah, we had some stinkers too, so don't bother watching those. But the game 2 weeks ago, it was a fun ball game, and I would recommend watching it.
It was a great game to win and a tough game to lose.
Yeah. I'm sure that's one of those. And if Irving doesn't make the playoffs, they will look back at that ball game and go, no.
Zoe Hernandez takes that first pitch from rollover for a strike.
Zoe lined out and reached on an air, a fly ball to the left. She's hit the ball twice very hard. Of course, that was off Carr. Took something off that nicely.
And she popped it away foul.
Maya Watkins now playing shortstop. And let's see, who's it? Number 6 is playing second base.
Erica Izquierdo. That pitch low and away for a ball.
Erica Escudero.
So Erica, the new second baseman. Willover delivers and bounces that one up for ball, 2-2. Not the easiest thing to do, to come in from another position and then start pitching.
Well,
down low again, 3-2.
I was kind of surprised a couple weeks ago, too, that Irving went with Mackenzie Goodman when she was clearly tiring towards the end of the ball game.
Oh, yeah. You could see that, or at least I could, yeah. Been out there a long time, you know. That's fouled back out of play. The 3-2 count holds.
Zoe had a good rip at that.
Well, one of the things that might be in play here is the 10-run rule.
Well, we shall see. Need a few more runs for that to happen.
Pitch swung and a miss, so Hernandez goes down. I believe, and our producer director, Scott Snyder, will correct me if I'm mistaken here, but I believe in high school softball, if you have a 10-run lead, 10 or more at the end of 5, the game's over.
I do believe that's correct. It's 15 after 4, 10 after 5.
So 1 down, and Lindsey Smart goes after that first pitch unsuccessfully, strike 1. Let up is up high for a ball, 1-1. The game seems to have slowed down this inning. They were playing rather quickly.
Yep.
Might be that Willover is a more deliberate pitcher, taking more time in between tosses. 2-1 the count. The outfield playing this batter straight away, but the left fielder plays her to pull. She swung all the way down close to the left field line. And the right fielder really closer to the right field line. That pitch up high for a ball. 3-1 the count.
Lakin, very deliberate. She'll get the ball back, then she'll walk to the back line, then come back to the mound to pitch.
Here's the ball smothered by the first sacker, made a nice play, and there are 2 down. Lakin is a young lady, as you watch the replay here, who may be offered a scholarship next year. She's a junior. Nice play by the first baseman there, Torrey Morris, and there are 2 down. Alondra Rodriguez, who beat out a bunch single her last time up, takes that first pitch in for a strike. That fastball stays outside for a ball, 1-1. Now the 1-1 pitch. Popped up. Second baseman charges, but the first baseman takes it, and the side is retired.
No, Lakin did her job, didn't she?
She sure did. Faced 3 batters, retired them all, but not before Nimitz scored 2 more runs. So at the end of 3.5 innings of play, we're halfway through this game, the Nimitz Vikings out in front of MacArthur by a count of 7-0.
It has been a totally one-sided ball game this time around. In the history has been pretty one-sided in the past. Mac, at least in the distant past, obviously. Things have changed over the years, though. The Nimitz won both games last year. This year it was Mac that won big. Nimitz had won 26 in a row between these two schools.
Wow. Yo.
I'd call that domination.
Yeah, 13 years.
Well, like I said, they had a heck of a program at Nimitz for so long.
Leading out from MacArthur, number 4, Lakin Wolver.
Deanna Williams trying to recapture the past glories. We'll see how she does. Trouble is, in the past with softball, you know, they used to have such a great feeder system in the Irving Girls Softball League, but that's kind of dropped off too.
Sure has.
They used to have tremendous numbers, but no longer.
Lakin rollover. Starts things off and lines a base hit in left field.
Whoa, did she just absolutely pulverize that one.
So Lakin, who came into this game batting over 600, gets a base hit. She's 1 for 2 as you watch the replay, so her batting average has dropped.
Yeah, boy, she absolutely ripped that one, though.
Here's Tori Morris, the first baseman. Tori bends back from that first pitch inside, ball 1.
The most important thing, though, in the game of softball is the girl in the circle. I mean, pitching's always most important in baseball, too, but in softball, the girl can go virtually every day. And twice in a day, too.
A pitch in for a strike, 1-1.
Sydney Peters so far has done a good job tonight. Lindsay Smart down there holding the runner on.
One of the things that's helped Peters tonight is the fact that she's had good control. She's, as they like to say now, pitching to contact. A looper down the left field line will drop in for a base hit. And we'll have runners at first and second with no one out. Back-to-back singles by the Cardinals, and Ashley Tigler will be coming up.
Now batting number 13.
We'll watch this again.
Ashley
She gets the
Tigler.
pitch a little inside, kind of jammed her in on the fist, but got that metal bat out there just enough to be able to get it into left field and get the base hit. So these are how comebacks are started.
Tigler, the catcher, bounced out to the second baseman, and her lone appearance thus far takes that first pitch in for a strike, 0-1. Owen won the count and the pitch. Ground ball by the shortstop into center field. Woolover will score, and we've had 3 straight singles, and it's a 7-1 ball game.
Tegler gets the RBI as she hits it smartly up the middle. Woolover with a good speed easily scores, and Morris, however, will hold on at second. We'll watch it one more time. A little bit of problems there between the shortstop and the runner there, Woolover. But the thing is, you know, Woolover has the right to the baseline, and she wasn't interfering with the ball itself.
Jocelyn Martin.
Lacey Crouch will be the courtesy runner down at first base. She will run for Tegler. And Jocelyn Martin will be the batter. First pitch to Martin, stays outside for a ball. Hernandez creeping up from third base.
Well, she's in one of those kind of no man land places right now. You don't want to charge too much because you still want to get the play at third if possible.
That pitch down low again, 2-0.
But if she sticks a bunt right on the third baseline. They said this game was easy.
Nope. That's what makes it fun. 2-0 the count. A run in, nobody out, 2 runners on. There's a little blooper, falling into center field for a base hit. And the bases are loaded. So 4 consecutive singles. And the Cardinals mounting a comeback.
Watching one more time here, it's just a little pop up and it falls in, hit them where they ain't. And they decided to hold Morris at third base rather than sending her with nobody out. You need runners right now.
The designated hitter is the batter, and Brianna Miller takes the first pitch for a strike.
Miller grounded to first base her first time up. Infield comes in.
I don't know why. You got a 6-run lead, play for the out. Pitch inside for a ball, 1-1. Lance and I like to second guess these managers.
Or first guess them in some cases.
Ground ball by the shortstop. And there's 5 straight base hits. That's the problem about moving batters in. You open up lanes, and if a ball is sharply hit and not directly at a fielder, it's got a good chance of going through.
Yep, this one just does get by the shortstop. Now maybe maybe she would have caught it if she'd been playing back. I don't know, but we're going to have a pitching change right now. Peters is getting the yank job here. And we got, who's this, number 16 or 18? 18's coming into pitch now. And you're going to see Peters go out to right field, it looks, or out into the field. Well, let's see if Nimitz can pull off what Irving did a couple weeks ago. It made the game so bizarre. Nobody out, and the bases are loaded. A high fly ball to deep center field. A little snow cone job here in center field. 1 out. They throw it to second. Tag second. There's a double play. And the runner who had scored, or thought she had scored, is out at third base.
Katie Mayberry is the new pitcher. She is a freshman.
So she will be replacing Robinson in the lineup.
Now batting number 6, Erica Escudero.
Erica Escudero, who came in when Danielle Carr was relieved of her pitching duties. This is her first appearance for the night.
Still nobody out. The infield in a couple of steps.
That pitch gets away from the catcher. Everybody advances.
And a wild pitch.
It's a 7-3 ball game.
We watch it again here, and there's nothing much to say. That's a clear wild pitch there. First pitch from the freshman.
That one's sliced foul. A ball and a strike. So the Cardinals have scored 3 times here in the bottom of the 4th inning. It's a 7-3 ball game. We have runners at second and third. Still nobody out.
Peters had been cruising along, and they get 5 straight hits and 3 runs now with that one coming in.
The little tapper, second baseman has it, and the runners hold.
Now bat number 14, Kiana Brooks.
Kiana Brooks will come up. She had a bunt single in her only appearance tonight, and then attempted to steal second base and was thrown out. Takes a long look down to her coach, who's going through all kinds of gyrations there, and so having gotten the signal, she's already up there.
Hernandez way in at third base now.
Well, she saw what this girl did the last time, and again she bunts.
Good play.
And they get the runner out of third.
Oh, she dropped the ball. Oh, Toledo, there's an error.
So it's a fielder's choice for Brooks. Hernandez dropping the ball after making the tag.
As Martin is able to get back. Deanna Williams quickly out. And I'm thinking she's probably saying she went out of the base paths.
So the bases once again are loaded with just one out.
By the way, that was Allie Jones who took that throw. At the shortstop who had come over.
Now batting number 7, Maya Watkins.
Watch it one more time here. Well, it's obviously an error because the tag should have been made. So it's an E6.
And Maya Watkins up with the bases loaded, takes that first pitch in for a strike. She represents the tying run right now. Oh, how the fortunes of this game can change.
Yep.
Pitch down low for ball 101.
Remember, this is a 2-8 Nimitz team, not an 8-2 Nimitz team.
This one sliced fouled on the right field. No, fair down the right field line.
Going to clear the bases.
It's a 7-6 ball game.
3 RBIs with that triple for Maya Watkins.
So Maya delivers, and it's 7-6.
Right down the line, she placed it perfectly down there as the ball keeps going all the way to almost to the fence. And of course, you had Kiana Brooks at first base, a young lady with a lot of speed, and that made the difference as to why it's only a 1-run ball game now.
And the tying run at third base.
And still only 1 out. Meaning you can get Woolover up again.
Well, Casey Watkins will be the batter.
Now batting Casey Watkins.
Well, I'll tell you one thing about this MacArthur team. They're entertaining.
Yeah,
they don't give up with it.
They had Nimitz right where they wanted him, right?
Exactly. The pitch to Casey Watkins inside for a ball, 1-0.
Spotted him a 7-run lead, and
now we got
bada bing, bada boom. It's 7-6.
Their very pitch up high, and it's 2-0. Pitch, 3-0. Well, you have the potential tying run at third, and you have the potential go-ahead run at the plate. Casey Watkins in the catbird seat right now, way in front in the count, and she draws the walk. So they batted around.
And in the immortal words of Harry Carey, there's trouble here, Cherie.
Here's Lakin Woolover,
Number 4, Lakin Woolover,
the leading hitter in the Dallas-Fort Worth area for class or district or class 5A. She, of course, is the leading hitter in district 6-5A, but she's also the leading hitter
Got to be
for
very
everybody.
Got to be very careful, not throw anything good to hit.
That first pitch down low for a ball.
If you walk her, okay, fine. You still got a base open. But she's a gal who we've seen can turn on it and hit it out of the park. No wind, by the way, anymore. It's completely died off.
Woolover started this inning by drilling a single to left field, and now she's batting for the second time. Outside, 2-0. So Mayberry has missed with her last 6 pitches.
Woolover looks down, see if she's got the hit sign. Of course you've got the hit sign. You're hitting 625. Of course you have the hit sign.
And that's ball 7 in a row. 3-0 the count.
Yeah, well, you know, I got to believe they're doing this intentionally. Just not letting her have anything good to hit.
Think so?
Yeah.
See, I don't. They're swinging and fouled back. 3-1. I just think she's wild.
Well, I mean, you may be right, but.
Ooh. Yeah,
probably a ball there. But Woolover just wanted to
take
she
a
does
swing.
not want to walk.
So 3-1 the count, and Mayberry delivers way up high, ball 4.
Now batting number 9, Tori Morris.
Well, Mayberry came in with the bases loaded, delivered a wild pitch, then got Escudero on a soft line out to the second baseman. Then it was an error by the shortstop, a triple, a walk, and now another walk, and the Flames grow higher. Here's Tori Morris, and Tori takes the pitch, ball 1. Boy, there's no defense against a wild pitcher, I'll tell you.
No.
Yeah. And this young lady, just a freshman, you know, trying her best here, but she's having a difficult time. That gets away from the catcher. We're tied at 7. Another wild pitch.
Watkins with the good speed comes home on a wild pitch. Obviously the correct call by the home plate umpire.
Oh, yeah. So 2-0 the count on the batter. Runners at second and third. The tie-breaking run now down at third base. That's outside, ball 3.
Might want to call the wife, Bob, and tell her you're going to be in a lot later than you had told her you are.
Yes. Well, I told her, maybe 9 o'clock or so, but be home as soon as the game's over. Okay. The 3-0 pitch. Outside ball. Oh, no,
Outside
wow.
corner.
Wow. Little delayed call there, but it's a strike, 3-1.
Still only one out here.
Swung and a miss, strike 2. So Mayberry digging in here, trying to throw strikes.
6 hits, 2 walks, and an error in this inning. That's why you get 7 runs.
And 2 wild pitches.
Yeah.
High fly ball to center field. This should get the run in. Center fielder makes the grab. And it's an 8-7 ball game. And going over to third base very alertly is the base runner from second.
So give Morris an RBI on that as Watkins comes in the store. Casey Watkins, that is. And Woolover goes to third.
Now batting number 13, Ashley Tegler.
An 8-run inning for the Cardinals. And here comes Ashley Tegler. Goes after that first pitch and fouls it back.
The momentum of this game changed immediately when Woolover went into pitch. Big Mo's on the side of the Vikings. Rogers hit the home run to make it 7-0. Change pitchers.
Pitch.
Willover got 3 in a row, and
well, we have a runner down at third base. Only one base runner on now. And we've had about 8 or 9 batters come up who've had either the bases loaded or 2 runners on.
that's foul.
Pitch, slice, foul, and out of play.
The big hit in this inning, a 3-run triple by Maya Watkins.
And the pitch, low and inside. Two and two the count. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 8 runs in. Whoa. Batter on strikes. So Mayberry comes in and faces a slew of batters, but does retire the side. But a big inning for MacArthur. They score 8 times, and at the end of 4, it's Mac 8, Nimitz 7. We'll be back in a moment. To the top of the 5th inning we go, and boy, what a change in this ball game. Down 7-0. MacArthur has scored 8 runs in the bottom of the 4th inning, and now they take a 1-run lead. And they have a young lady who is a very good pitcher out on the mound right now in Lakin Woolover. Jacqueline Robinson is the batter. And she takes that first pitch down low for a ball. Well, I'll take it back. No, this is Mayberry is the batter. You stand corrected. Mayberry sees that one in for a strike. A little tap toward the first baseman. Underhands it to the second base covering, and Mayberry is retired.
I like to see that good teamwork going on down there in the field. The little tap to the first baseman, and Escudero getting over from her second base position to cover. And Morris making the good throw.
Here's Natalie Gamis, who is singled and grounded into a fielder's choice. Slices that one foul down the first base line, and a very nice grab by the second sacker.
Da-da-da.
It's 2 down.
Nice play down there by the second baseman, Escudero. Gets over there nicely. It's a pop foul. And watch her fly over here, and nice job.
Yes, it was.
Now batting number 3, Sidney Peters.
So here is Sidney Peters, who started this game off as the pitcher, had a 7-run lead, and bam, all gone. It's a hot shot to the first baseman who makes the play unassisted. And very quickly, 3 up and 3 down for Nimitz in the top of the 5th inning.
Yeah, Peters was just flying a lot. She hadn't allowed a hit until last inning.
Yeah, bunt single, actually, by...
That's right, a bunt single. I take that back.
Yeah, Keanu Brooks had the bunt single.
But no clear hit. I mean, this, and then Woolover got that leadoff base hit. And
well, it's a fun game. There's no doubt about that.
Now here's a young lady warming up here, Mayberry. Not an easy spot for her to come into.
No, not at all.
I'm clumsy, my head's a mess, 'cause you got me going taller every day. We're giants in a little man's
Deanna Williams, the fourth head coach there. Mike Dyson, of course, had such a remarkable record there for so many years. And then you had Jennifer Haltom, who had a lot of success there as well from the 5 years she coached there. Dyson just always had the same outfit. Didn't matter how cold or how hot it was.
Jacket and shorts.
Yeah, he always wore that warm-up
Little windbreaker.
And shorts. The biker shorts, yeah, athletic shorts.
Jocelyn Martin swings and slices that one foul and out of play. Nice try there by Allie Jones, but she couldn't run it down. Talking about good plays, you can watch baseball for years and you see things that you've never seen before. I saw a play by a pitcher the other day that I had never seen before. It was really very nicely done. Just to be continued in a moment. Here's one foul back. The Dodgers were playing in Los Angeles, and Greinke, the pitcher, was on the mound. Left-handed batter hit a little ground ball to Greinke's left. Greinke charges the ball, picks it up, and outruns the batter to first base.
I have seen that several times.
Have you seen that really?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's the first time I ever saw that.
I've seen it a couple times where the pitcher just picks it up and he's running so fast he decides, hey, look, I might as well take it myself.
In fact, I think another nice play that I saw was by Yu Darvish taking a toss from Prince Fielder in a game played earlier in Tampa Bay. The ball behind Darvish, but he was able to get the glove on it and contain it and step on the bag before the batter did.
And there's strikeout there as Martin is caught looking.
So back-to-back Ks here. One out, Brianna Miller, the DH comes up.
Fielder hasn't started hitting, but I tell you what, I am not impressed by him as a first baseman at all, though. They need to get Moreland in there at first base. That's a potential Gold Glove winner there.
Pitch in for a strike. Well, considering the money they're paying Prince Fielder, the only way that Moreland gets in there is if Fielder has a stroke.
Well, he can DH too.
Can.
Whether he wants to or not, I don't know.
Yeah, that's a lot of money to pay for a guy who's, paid that much to DH.
Yeah, but you're paying him. That's why you brought him in. He's a hitter.
I understand that. Yeah. But, everyone has their pride, and I'm sure he takes, to a certain extent, takes pride in his ability with the glove. Moreland, obviously, the better fielder, no doubt about that. Pitch down low.
Thing is, if you're a manager, don't you got to put the better fielder out there?
You got to put the better hitter out there. First base is a hitting position. 1-2 the count. This one's popped up. Second baseman will wait for it and gloves it. They're 2 down. So after all of this wild scoring by the Cardinals, last inning, it's been 5 up and 5 down here in the 5th.
But the point is, if they're both first basemen and they're both hitters, then why not have the better fielder out on the field and have the better and let the fielder DH? That's what he's a great hitter.
Here's a pitch to Escudero, hit right back, but it came off her foot in the batter's box, so it's a foul ball. I think the answer to that question would be, we know what Fielder can hit as a first baseman. We don't know what he can do as a DH. He's never done it.
And that's a good call by the umpire.
Yeah, right off the foot. Sitting on the dugout for an extended period of time and then coming up and swinging, it's a little bit different than if you're playing a fielding position. But it's a valid point.
Yeah.
It's a good point on your part. 0-1 the count. Mayberry delivers. Looks like Mayberry's kind of getting in a groove there.
Yeah. That's the difference of starting out an inning with nobody on and no real pressure on you.
Exactly.
Obviously, she has to keep the game close to give her team a chance to win, as we are here in the bottom half of the 5th.
Little tap. Mayberry slow off the ball, and the throw got her. Nice play. Bang,
bang play at first.
So Miss Mayberry has retired the last 5 batters she's faced. 3 up and 3 down as you watch the replay here. The Cardinals go quietly. Boy, that's a close
Boy,
play.
that's a close
Whoa,
play.
Whoa, whoa. Yeah,
That, you
that's
know,
close, yeah.
look, it's right there. It could have gone either way. Can't criticize the umpire on that. I mean, we've looked at it, 2 times now,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
in a replay in slow motion and couldn't decide. So, but the umpire calls her out, and as a result, we're headed to the top of the 6th inning as the Cardinals with that 1-run lead now. Valerie Shastad, Allie Jones, and Julia Rogers, one would think the heart of the batting order here, 2, 3, 4 hitters. Coming here, you see Rogers getting herself ready. We saw the Vikings earlier this year, and the first game we had, in fact, of the year when we went to Ranchview and they played Ranchview in a terrible game, terrible conditions. I mean, it was so cold. I mean, I was wearing a stocking cap over my head and, you know, a jacket, couple pairs of pants. I mean, it was way cold.
Valerie Shastad starting things off here. She is 0 for 3 and takes that first pitch from Lakin Rollover inside and low, ball 1.
Well, Lakin has retired 6 in a row since she's come into the ball game.
We had made mention of the fact that the umpire, home plate umpire, was wearing sunglasses earlier in the game. He has removed those now. He is not bespectacled any longer. Pitch down low again, 2-0.
Yeah, he's not wearing glasses
Yeah,
either.
exactly, right. Lucky him. Will over with the 2-0 pitch. Misses 3-0.
Well, you don't want to walk the leadoff hitter. Ever.
Exactly.
Unless it's Barry Bonds in his prime.
Always want to get that first batter. Sure makes things a lot easier.
Well, not there.
That's ball 4. So Allie Jones coming up.
And pitchers can lose it all of a sudden, too.
Sure. Oh, yeah. As Peters.
Yeah.
Jones 1 for 2, a walk. It got on by a fielding miscue and then singled to center field. Remember, this young lady started tonight batting .571, trying to bunt for a base hit. Strike 1. Interesting, considering that she's such a good hitter, and she's trying to bunt for a base hit.
Yeah, well, maybe she thought that Watkins was playing too far back and she could sneak one down there.
Sure. It's probably the last thing these girls were looking for was her to bunt, but again, she tries to bunt. Here's the runner down to second base.
No, she bobbled the ball. No, she didn't.
So you watch it, the miss that, the bunt and run. What kind of play is that? And the runner out at second base. And Jones down on the count. You know, here's again where you can kind of wonder and second guess. You got one of the best hitters up here, and you're having your bunt and run?
Yeah, that kind of went through my mind too, Bob.
What? Let up pitch down low. That's the delightful thing about this game in baseball as well. You can second guess the manager from now till the cows come home.
Yeah, we often do. And the cows never come home.
Yes, exactly. Whoa, bossy.
Oh,
Fooled on that one as she went swinging and fishing at the same time.
yeah.
2 down.
Bet she wishes she had that swing back.
This isn't a bat that I think Jones wishes never took place. 3 times trying to hit the ball, twice bunting, and then swinging and not making any contact at all. So here's Julia Rogers, 2 down, nobody on. And Willover's first pitch is up high for a ball.
Earlier tonight, she hit her 3rd home run of the year.
Yeah,
A
really.
2-run shot that made it 7-0. And wow, we're kind of thinking, yeah, well, all right, maybe this is going to be a run rule game. There it
Pitch up
is.
high.
And let's watch that home run again one more time here. As they get the pitch outside and gets it cranked over the right field fence. They do run homer.
Drills it into right field, base hit.
She whacked that one good too.
Julia 2 for 3 tonight. Homer, single, and a ground ball out. Oh, a very productive inning for her. And Zoe Hernandez comes up.
We're going to have a pinch runner here for Rogers as a courtesy runner, actually.
Angel Nuez.
Now running the first, number 4, Angel Noguez.
So the runner down at first. And Hernandez will be stepping in. Zoe is 0 for 3 tonight. Hit the ball hard twice, but had nothing to show for it. And then the last time up, she faced Willover and struck out. She was the first batter that Willover faced when Willover came in relief. Goes after that first one and fouls it off. Strike 1.
Zoe hit the ball well her first 2 times up.
Yep.
That was against Carr.
Hits the ball well again by the third baseman out in the left field. And we have runners at first and second and 2 out. This girl can swing the bat, no doubt about that.
Yes, she can.
And Lindsey Smart, the first baseman, coming up. As you watch the replay right here, this is smashed by the third sack. No way she's going to stop that ball.
No. Not even Brooks Robinson in his prime gets that one, does he?
I don't think so.
The human vacuum cleaner.
Smart watches that first pitch stay low. Smart 1 for 2, is singled, walked, and then bounced out to the first baseman. Tying run down at second base with 2 outs. A pitch in for a strike, 1-1. The potential tie-breaking run at first. The 1-1 pitch on the way. Ground ball right up the middle. Here's the pinch runner on her way to the plate. And she will score. And down to third base goes Hernandez. We have a tied game at 8 with runners at the corners. 3 consecutive base hits.
Ball hit well here as she just gets by. And they try for the play at the plate. And as a result, the runner, Hernandez, moves up to third base. So that may cost him there. We'll see.
Alondro Rodriguez is the batter.
We are tied at Ocho.
Is it Ocho or Oucho? A little bit of both, huh?
Yeah.
1-0 the count to Miss Rodriguez. She's bounced out, had a bunt single, and then popped out. 1 for 3. That pitch in for a strike, got the inside corner. 1-1 the count.
This is almost a repeat of 2 weeks ago being here, Bob.
Yeah. Hot shot grab by Woolover. Look what I found.
Well, all you can do is hold it out there and hope it falls in there.
And it did.
Yeah, when you're on the mound, it gets there quick.
Watch this one. Bam. Whoa.
Good to have those young, fast reflexes, isn't it?
Most definitely. There you see our situation. We're tied at 8 going to the bottom of the 6th. This scheduled for a 7-inning game. Anything over 7 innings is extra innings.
That it is. Lady Cardinals are used to high-scoring ball games. They put 32 runs up on Turner. 15-1. Tori Morris with 8 RBIs. Of course, everybody scores a lot of runs on Turner.
How did Turner score 15 runs?
I suspect a lot of scrubbies were in at the end of the ball game.
Well, the game would have been over with the 10-run rule.
Well, not. They were the visiting team. I don't know. They did it.
yeah, they did it. They must have had tremendous.
Well, they
amount of
scored it a lot in the first 3 innings.
Yeah, had to. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Wow. Kiana Brooks leads things off for the Cardinals here in the bottom of the 6th.
She's had a bunt single and reached on a fielder's choice. So she's 1 for 2 tonight, scored a run.
Well, actually, she's 1 for 3. Also got on with an error by the.
No, that was the same play. Yeah,
that was the same play. You're right. Yeah. Third baseman playing up so close she can pick the batter's pocket right now. Hernandez really up there.
No, yeah.
Thinking that Brooks is going to bunt.
And praying she can't pull.
Yeah. It's a good shot right there. It shows you how close she is. She bunts it, foul.
Had that been fair, it'd have been a very tough job throwing her out. Needs to get a little closer, I think. This Brooks can fly. Hit her in the batter's box, too, so that was a foul, just to start off. Had a lot of rain the previous 2 days coming into here, but the field is in nice shape here.
Pitch swung and a miss, and Brooks down on strikes.
Now batting number 7, Mayberry.
So Mayberry on relief has retired 6 in a row. Doing a good job is this freshman. Maya Watkins, who had that base clearing triple, up there right now. Not going to hit that one, that's for sure. Couldn't hit that thing if she had a bow door. 1-0 the count. One and one. A ball and a strike. And the ball hit right back to Mayberry. Throws the first and they're 2 down. The ball hit well, but Mayberry able to get the glove up and to make the stop. Big smile on that young lady's face right now. Things are looking a lot different as far as she's concerned.
Well, it's her game to win or lose now. Her and Woolover right now, the pitchers of record.
Here's Casey Watkins, 2 outs, nobody on. That's strike 1. This is a good example, Lance, of how pitchers can be effective when they throw strikes. This young lady had all kinds of control problems the last inning, but since then she's just been Johnny on the spot, getting that ball in the strike zone. 1-1 the count.
Well, as you said earlier, there is no defense for walks.
No, not at all. Inside for a ball, 2-1. Two balls, one strike, 2 outs, bottom of the 6th inning in an 8-8 ball game. 2-2 the count. Bob Barry along with Lance Brown here on ICTN, bringing you tonight's game. Outfield playing this young lady straight away. Big holes in both right center and left center. Lunges at it and hits the ball by the first baseman.
Now batting number 4, Lakin Williver.
Watch it one more time here. She just reaches out and slaps it.
So Lakin Woolover comes up with 2 outs.
Looks at her coach for a sign in case they decide to have her hold on one and let Watkins try to steal.
That first pitch, ball 1. Mayberry had retired 7 in a row before Casey Watkins grounded that ball into right field. Woolover tonight has struck out, has walked and singled to right field. She initiated that 8-run rally. She led it off. Swings that time and fouls it away.
Temperature right now about 63 degrees.
Delightful.
Yes. No wind at all anymore.
Popped it up.
Trouble.
Second base, right fielder. They dropped the ball.
And the lead run's going to score.
Lead run's going to score. Ball gets away from the catcher, and Woolover goes to third base.
2 errors there. Watkins comes in to score, and an error on the throw to allow Woolover. Watch it one more time here. Just popped it up, but unfortunately Watkins was running hard. Well, it's a base hit. It just drops
Sure
in between them.
No one touched it, yeah.
It's one of those that should have been caught, but wasn't. So Watkins gets the RBI, or Woolover gets the RBI. But there is an error on the play because it allowed Woolover to move up to third base.
Line drive into left center field will go to the wall. Woolover scores, and chugging into second base is Morris. And it's a 10-8 ball game. So 3 consecutive hits by the Cardinals. A single, a little looper in the right field, and then this line shot up the alley.
We're going to have a pitching change, number 15 coming in. And Mayberry will head to the bench. Get my roster out here.
We don't have a 15 on the roster, so I have no idea who it is. But it's a new pitcher. This will be the 3rd pitcher of the night for the Nimitz Vikings. They're now down by 2. The Vikings had a 7-0 lead. They're now losing 10-8. Morris, who drove that double earlier this year, as we had a graphic showing, she drove in 9 runs. I beg your pardon. She drove in 8 runs in the game against R.L. Turner. So you know this girl can swing the bat.
Now batting number 13, Ashley Kegler.
Maybe Shelby Peters. And sharing that same mask, too.
The first pitch to Tegler, in for a strike.
That's what we're being told there.
Well, if this is Peters, she's wearing a different uniform. She started out wearing.
No, Shelby Peters.
Oh, Shelby Peters. I'm sorry. Okay.
Not Sydney.
No, okay.
Shelbie.
Uh-huh. Pitch in for a strike. One and two the count. Ground ball by the second baseman into right field. Here's the throw, cut off by the first baseman. And a base hit by Tegler. So the Cardinals have got their hitting shoes on in this inning. They've gotten 4 base hits. It's produced 2 runs. They have runners at first and third. And Jocelyn Martin will be the batter. And we're going to have a courtesy runner. Going down to first base will be Lacey Crouch. She'll take Tegler's place. So he got some speed on the base paths and a left-handed batter coming up. Martin is 1 for 3. Pitch outside for a ball. Bounced out to the pitcher, singled to center, and then was called out on strikes.
Ian MacArthur really has to win this ball game to have a shot at making the playoffs. Right now they're tied with Grapevine for 5th place with a record of 4 and 6, and Irving's at 6 and 4. And remember, Mac and Irving will hook up again next week. We'll have this on ICTN.
2-0 the count on Jocelyn Martin. Way high, 3-0.
Interesting note I saw today on the internet, Bob. Today marks the 25th anniversary of the release of the movie Major League.
Wow, 25 years
25 years ago.
Ooh. That pitch in for a strike, 3 and 1.
Maybe my favorite baseball movie ever. It's a lot of fun.
Is this not the end? Today's the 8th of April. This should be the anniversary of Henry Aaron breaking Babe Ruth's record.
Yeah, I saw a thing about that too.
That pitch in again for a strike. Boy, the things Aaron had to go through to break that record, just incredible. Oh.
Yeah.
Great ball player, class individual.
Absolutely.
3 and 2. Looped, base hit. Another run is in. Here's a runner caught off and tagged out at second base. So Couch.
No, she dropped it.
She dropped the ball. Oh. Couch very lucky. Martin with a base hit gets an RBI. It's now 11-8.
Just reaches out there, hits them where they ain't. Run comes in to score. 11-8, and then they get what should have been an easy out, but the ball was being bobbled and finally dropped. So it was never picked up cleanly. So, and the ball wasn't a good throw anyway. It was into the ground, so you can't call that an error. But still a play that should have been made.
Brianna Miller takes that first pitch for a strike.
I mean, that's one of the things, too, about baseball and defense. It's not just about errors. It's about the plays that should have been made that aren't called errors. Like that little pop fly that dropped in between the second baseman and right fielder there, Bob.
Yep. Pitch in again for a strike. There was a sports writer many years ago in New York, a guy by the name of Dick Young, pretty influential writer. And he took the position that you should have something in baseball called a team error.
And I agree.
Yeah, really. Yeah. Ain't going to happen, but it was a good idea. Here's a high pop fly. Shortstop waits and makes the catch.
Made an adventure out of that,
really, yeah. So the Cardinals have 5 consecutive hits before they're finally retired, but they turn that into 3 runs. And as we go to the top of the 7th inning, MacArthur leads it 11-8. We'll be back in a moment. To the top of the 7th inning we go. This has been a game of contrasts. Nimitz took a 7-0 lead. MacArthur came back, led 8-7. Nimitz tied it at 8. MacArthur now in the lead, 11-8 in the 7th inning. And here's a ground ball bobbled by Woolover, but gets it back just in time to make the play. So that's one away, getting that first.
And that was
batter.
Jordan Cox who was the hitter.
Jordan didn't waste any time. First ball swinging. Natalie Yamis will come up. Natalie 1 for 3 tonight. A single and a fielder's choice and a foul out. Watches that first pitch sail outside for a ball. Lakin Woolover is the pitcher of record. She closes this game down. She picks up the victory not only for herself but also for her team.
Yep, Mayberry would be the loser.
Right. Top foul and back this way out of play. A ball and a strike.
It's pretty clear who would be the player of the year this year in Irving as far as the 3 schools.
Yeah, she's out on the mound right now.
That's right.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, we don't see that many games, but, man, she's been terrific.
Well, figures sometimes speak for themselves, and with that .625 batting average,
Yeah.
hard to argue against.
Well, that job she's doing here, she's down in the last 2 games on the hill.
Yep. Yamis watches that one sail outside for a ball. 2-2 the count.
There's 1-2 the count here.
It's 2-2.
2-2.
Yeah.
Okay.
Scoreboard's wrong.
There it is.
Again. And the 2-2 pitch inside, ball 3. 3-2. The 3-2 pitch on the way. Bounced. Foul ball.
Ooh.
Good call. If we can show this one to you, I don't know that we can, but if we can, you can see that the third baseman is bending over into foul territory when she makes contact with the ball. Remember, it's not where the fielder is, it's where the ball is.
Right.
Now the 3-2 pitch again. Inside ball 4, and Gambus is on.
Good job of hitting by Gomez.
Yeah, definitely. To the top of the order we go with Sydney Peters.
She looks down for a sign with 1 out. They're not going to have her bunting. I mean, sacrificing here, I would think, would be
No, you wouldn't do that. Yeah,
a very bad idea when you're
exactly.
trailing by 3.
Unless you think you can beat it out for a hit. Whoa, smashes that one, hooking and foul.
Not by much.
Boy, I'll tell you, this young lady got a run on that ball. I didn't realize she could hit the ball that far.
She got her arms extended very nicely that time, and just a bit out in front. Hit it well, though.
So she wasn't wasting any time going after that first pitch. That one stays up high for a ball, 1-1. The ace is up on the scoreboard, a ball, a strike, and 1 away. Down low, 2-1. Tigler has done a very nice job catching. There have been some balls down there very low, and she's prevented them from getting by her to the backstop. That one's trickled foul up the third baseline.
Sydney's getting some pretty good rips at her.
Yes, she is. just off the corner. That makes it a full count. Now, the last thing Woolover wants to do now is allow this young lady to get on base because that would bring up the potential tying run. Don't want that to happen.
No.
But we'll see if it does. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Popped it up. Left fielder coming in, waiting, and making the grab, and they're 2 down. So Peters paneled, but Woolover won that contest. 2 down. And now the Cardinals just 1 out away from picking up this victory. Valerie Shasted, the batter.
Well, bottom line right now is Gomez, Shasted, and Jones all have to score to give Nimitz a shot at winning this game.
It's a tall order, but it's been done before. That first pitch down low for a ball, 1-0.
That it has. Just a couple of weeks ago, Irving had the Cardinals on the right on the verge, 2 out, nobody on, and Woolover hit a home run to tie the game.
That's foul back, 1-1. Boy, this game has had just about everything. We've had 7 errors. I'd have to go back through my scorecard and see how many hits. We know we've had 19 runs. Bunch of walks.
Yeah.
Wild pitches. In one of those Yahoo games. That's 2-1.
Game that no one can get comfortable in. Just like 2 weeks ago, the Cardinals looked to be dead, and they came back.
This could do it right now. A high pop fly. First baseman wants it, makes the grab, ball game over. And the Cardinals, down by 7, come back and win it by a count of 11-8. Lance?
Well, I talked with Coach Scott McTee before the ball game, and I asked him, well, you got another wild one for us? He said, well, I hope not. And, well, he hoped wrong. It happened. And here's our play of the game right now as Lakin Woolover provides it here with this pop-up. Just falls in, and the run comes in to score. That's the go-ahead run. And the ball moves up, and that was part of a wild inning that time in the 6th inning as the Lady Cardinals come back and win this, Bob.
That they do. So the final score, MacArthur 11, Nimitz 8. For Lance Brown and all members of our technical crew, this is Bob Airy. Thank you very much for joining us. We wish you a most pleasant good night.
Irving Game of the Week has been brought to you in part by Gerald Stavely Dry Cleaning,